YouTube's ad algorithm is secretly Christian. Or maybe it's their staff. I mean, come the fuck on. Every time I turn around, and every time I try to watch a video containing YouTube atheist content, I get a Christian advertisement. You like Mr. Atheist? Here's a Christian advertisement. You like Matt Dillahunty? Here's a Christian advertisement. Like, what the fuck, YouTube? Kind of like those weird callers that call into the Atheist Experience. So, welcome to What Would You Say? The Christian Apologetics YouTube channel that gives Christians the ever so needed answers to the scary atheists.
In a conversation about faith with a skeptic, they may say, I can't make myself believe something if there's no evidence. And there's no evidence God exists.
So the atheist says, I can't make myself believe in God, there's just no evidence. And the Christian says,
Evidence comes in different forms.
Evidence comes in different forms.
Imagine you returned home from a night out to find the kitchen garbage turned over, trash strewn about, and your shoes chewed up. Meanwhile, your dog is sleeping quietly in the other room.
Aw, puppy!
There are some things you know and some things you don't know. Unfortunately, you never set up your surveillance camera, so you don't have any direct evidence.
I don't have any direct evidence that my dog made this mess in my kitchen. Perhaps it's the neighbor. Perhaps it's that pesky raccoon. Did I lock my door last night? Honey, did the raccoons come in? No, honey. So, the likeliest answer is my dog. And the likeliest answer for the universe, of course, is a God.
Now, if we look for the best explanation for the world we live in, here's what we find. First, God is the best explanation of the origin of the universe.
What is this again? The argument from incredulity? No, the argument from ignorance? Yeah, same thing. So I come home to the crime scene and I see that the most likely culprit is my dog. You've been a very naughty boy, Max. No biscuits for you tonight! So if we look around at the world, we see that the best explanation for the way the universe is must be a God. And a God is the best explanation for a fine-tuned universe. So let's compare this to my dog. I come home from work and I see that there's a mess in my kitchen. And I don't know who made this mess, and my dog is upstairs sleeping, of course. Well, I know that I have a dog. And I know that my dog is capable of doing this. I mean, yeah, my dog could come into the kitchen, run around, knock over the garbage can, jump up on the counter, knock over some food, and make a big mess. I could clean up this mess, release my dog into the kitchen, and see what he does. What is the test that I could perform to see that a God created this earth? None. Yes. So when you say that a God is the best answer for the way the universe presents itself and for the universe's existence, yet there's no evidence for a God, and a God does not give me a good mechanism for how the universe was created, I'm just supposed to accept this? Hey, maybe you should accept that your neighbor was the one that came in and destroyed your kitchen. Because at least my dog lives inside my apartment. It's not like something outside of my apartment came in and made a mess and left no trace of themselves. You want me to pick the best answer for why my apartment's a mess? I don't go out of my way to come up with an answer that exists outside of my universe. It doesn't give me a mechanism for why the world works the way it is. It doesn't give me a mechanism for the universe, for the fine-tuned universe that you explain. It just sort of is, yes, there's a God, and that's the way it is. Live with it.
It was believed that the universe was eternal. But today, theists and atheists alike agree that there was a beginning when matter, energy, space, and time came into being at all. Second, God is the best explanation for the fine-tuned universe.
The Big Bang Gang is currently the best model for the origin of the known universe. Period. We're not suggesting that something outside of the universe created the universe. That would be like suggesting that something outside of your house created the mess when there's a perfectly good logical explanation for this mess. That is why I am not required to believe that there is a God. Now, of course, if us lame, silly, unintelligent atheists were maybe to go read books like, I don't know, Lawrence Krauss's A Universe from Nothing, we would have a better understanding of how a universe could form without a God.
In any other context, we recognize that something can't come from nothing.
What is actually meant by the term nothing within the context of physics and the cosmos and the origins of the universe? I cannot fathom nothing. So I don't think that you, Mr. Christian, could actually properly fathom the concept of nothing when it comes to cosmology. So I really don't know what the hell nothing could actually look like. So your description of nothing is unfathomable and quite frankly unreasonable. So no, the existence of a God is not the best explanation for a fine-tuned universe. Because the suggestion of a God has no explanatory power for said fine-tuned universe. You are taking a fairly ordinary hypothesis and using it to extrapolate to an extraordinary claim.
We should in this context as well. A creator is the best explanation for the fact that the universe exists. Find a reason. You might also convince yourself that your neighbor, and not your dog, messed up your house.
But as we atheists always say, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and the mere existence of a universe is not evidence itself.